Hi, so today actually marks my 6-year anniversary of living here in Melbourne. Who would have thought that, 6 years ago I packed up my bags and moved from Brisbane to Melbourne, and I've been in Melbourne ever since. Now, unfortunately, there has been COVID for the past two and a half years, which hasn't been too pleasant, but I really do enjoy Melbourne. So I'm going to share with you very quickly the reason why I moved from Brisbane to Melbourne 6 years ago. So for me, 6 years ago, I was in a temporary role with the government department, and I was promised that my role would go permanent, and due to lack of funding, it couldn't go permanent, so they had to hire someone a little cheaper to put in that permanent role. Now, prior to that, a couple of months earlier, I was raped, and that threw a whole spanner in the works for me in my life, and I had to figure out what I wanted and how to move forward from that. And lucky for me, I had my holistic health support system happening, and that was supporting me, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, which was really good. It also gave me moments of clarity around my life, and from that I realized that I had outgrown Brisbane, that Brisbane was no longer my home. It wasn't an easy decision. I had a lot of really good friends there. I had a life there. I had a really good reputation there in the industry that I was working in, but I knew that if I didn't move, that I'd be going downhill. And so I looked around for a bit. I applied for some roles here in Melbourne. Had some interviews online, and very nearly got a role with the government department here, except for one of my referees badmouthed me instead of actually telling the truth about me and my role in where I worked with them. And so I ended up having to move to Melbourne without a job, without knowing anyone, and without having any family around me. So what I did before I moved to Melbourne was I took a week away from Brisbane, came to Melbourne, had a look around, see what Melbourne had to offer, networked up with a few different job agencies to find out what was going on in Melbourne, to see if there were enough jobs, that sort of stuff. And then from there I got some quotes together when I got home, and for the moving, and also getting my car to Melbourne, getting all of my things. I literally had a unit full of stuff which I had to pack up and put into one of those shipping containers, a really big shipping container type of thing. And I had to pay a removalist to move my stuff to a location here in Melbourne, and to store it for a number of months until I could find a place of my own, because I was actually sharing with someone else who ended up having feelings for me, and I had to move out. So, but through moving to Melbourne, I managed to sort out where I wanted to be in life, the type of person I wanted to be, the type of people I wanted to be around. And I also managed to put the past behind me. And in case you're wondering, yes, that particular person that attacked me did go to prison, and now he's actually he's been deported to his own country. But I have never regretted moving to Melbourne. I do love Melbourne, and Melbourne's going to pick up in the next few months or so anyway, you know, because we're slowly coming back to normal from this whole COVID lockdown and, you know, situation. So yeah, I can't see myself moving anytime soon, however. So that's my story about moving to Melbourne from Brisbane, and I just thought I'd share it with you. I don't know if any of you guys have actually had the same experience where you've had multiple things in your life happen in one place and you just needed that clarity and you needed to actually step outside of that comfort zone and move into another place to be able to find yourself and, you know, to regain your feet, so to speak, and move forward with your life. But it's not an easy thing, but it is well worth it, especially if you're struggling in the place that you're in now and you're going downhill fast. All right, thanks.